Shalom. Call hello Yahweh Shem Yahushua B'Hashem Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS, including the elders that came before them, taught us His truth, and shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word in truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. The brother Yashuan with a lesson here, and basically I'm gonna go in the spirit. Not too many people understand that the world as we know it will be destroyed with nuclear fire, all right? And the nukes have already started to be shot upon the ends of the earth, all right? So we're going to bring out a couple of scriptures. We're going to watch some videos and, just generally say, hey, wake up. It's going down now. This is the year of Yahweh Shem Yahushua turning up, and he's turned up. What is today? Is the 18th, I believe, and 18 days in, nukes are already dropping. All right, so this is Isaiah 54 and 16. This is the Most High. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. That's what a blacksmith makes weapons of war. And that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy. All right, let's talk about them nukes. Right, all weapons of war, but that particularly that ICBM. All right, Slovakia. This is Joel 2. Start at 3, 2 and 3. A fire devoureth before them. This is talking about them nukes. And behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, meaning paradise. And behind them a desolate wilderness. After they hit their target, a desolate wilderness, yea, and nothing can escape them. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses. That's the strength. And as horsemen, so shall they run. Okay? Like the noise of chariots on the top of mountains shall they leap. Like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. Before their face the people shall be much pained. All faces shall gather blackness. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. They shall march every one on his ways. And they shall not break their ranks. Neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk every one in his path. And when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. This is talking about the nukes. All right? They shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb upon the houses. They shall enter in at the windows like a thief. The earth shall quake before them. The heavens shall tremble. The sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. All right. Now, with that being said, let's take a look at this. Let's look at this. And I showed this yesterday, but a point needs to be made. All right. This is the so-called underwater volcano event, right? This is the countdown back up, Henning, Kimner. All right. Yes, this is January 16th. They had 2 explosions or eruptions, if that's what you're going to call it. Tonga nuclear attack is evident beyond reasonable doubt. Now, this guy is showing you clearly that a nuclear weapon was used, all right, for this so-called eruption. And if you stop for a minute and put things into perspective, what you'll understand is They are already in World War III using nuclear weapons. And you have to wake up, shake yourself out of sleep, because it's showing you right here. Right here, there's a submarine activity going on right here. I'm sure it's a nuclear submarine. And then right up here, you're going to see out of the sky come some sort of projectile. And as soon as the projectile hits the water, that's when the explosion comes. So it completely rules out an underwater volcano. And what you have to do at that moment, you have to understand that they have already deployed nuclear bombs in World War III. World War III is clearly going on right now, whether you want to accept that or admit it or acknowledge it or not, but it's going on. So we'll watch this and then we'll get more information about what is going on at the time. You got to wake up. It's going down, all right?
Eyes and see what's going on. And it's evident that there's something going on here. See that? It's follow there and there, exactly there, it dives in, disappears, and then the boom. Look at the expansion speed, and this is slowed down to, I think it's 40% normal speed. Now even closer, see it out here. Here it comes. There, it's right there. See that? Boom. There's something in the air.
Clearly.
Let's do it again. Did many copies and paste. I just wanted to have something to play with. But look, there it is. Going through the clouds, coming out on the other side right there. Boom, right there. Right on target. Let's see again. Let's see if I got it nailed down. I hope so. Halfway through, there's another sequence, same one, but you can see that there's something flying here, going in that direction, and right there, boom. So my initial thought when I saw satellite images, I would say I just knew. Like I said in my first video, I could feel it on my key that this is a nuclear detonation. This is not a volcanic eruption. This is impossible. Look at the speed it expands with, and as I explained to you, that the mushroom cloud, depending on the yield, expands from 4 to 7, even more, depending on the yield. Like the Tsar bomb in Russia, that one was, let's just say, devastating bomb. That mushroom cloud, I don't know how big it was, but it definitely expanded over 15 kilometers in 1 second because the yield was so tremendous. So let's just take it one more time. Zooming in. Now follow there. There it is. There. 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 Coming out. Boom. And that one has submerged just prior to the impact. So they were monitoring I suspect that this is a cruise missile. Or maybe they have a nuclear device, which is a bunker buster, that it actually went into the caldera, deep in the ground, and then set it off. There's another thing is, well, before we go with the fantastic images here it goes. Tonga asked China to restructure heavy debt load. Sydney Reuters, the Pacific island nation of Tonga, has asked Beijing to reconstruct its last bilateral debt load. The government said on Thursday. This is an article from July 23rd, 2020. So the Chinese communist regime have had a lot of time to plan a decisive strike. And as I said, United States of America did the same to Japan with the tsunami in 2011 on 11th of March. Japan did not want to pay America any dimes in form of assets such as America can come over and own a piece of land or real estate in Japan. Japan is a sovereign country, and I'm sorry, America, keep your freaking ass away. You got no right. I don't give a flying F. Who do you think you are? It's their land. You can't come and take anything. It's a sovereign country.
Okay, so as you can see, war games. This is war, all right? It's clear that that wasn't a volcano. That was something going in and exploding, all right? And furthermore, if I have to go down and show you what a nuclear explosion in water looks like, that's easy because there are many examples of that, all right? And it looks exactly like what you saw there. Not there. Show me another event, okay? I want to see another event of an underwater volcano looking exactly like this. You can't do it. This is underwater nuke. That's the same thing. Not a volcano. Come on. That's not an underwater volcano. So what you got to do is you got to stop being fooled. You have to come to the conclusion. Look at this. Underwater nuclear burst, August 28th, 2010. No telling when it actually happened. 58, June 58. Okay? This is a long time ago. That's what we saw in Tonga. And a minute ago, we just showed you the footage of a projectile coming in and making that happen. Well, that wasn't a nuke. Well, that was. This right here, that was a nuke. Underwater nuclear burst. They look identical. All right? So you can put your head in the ground all you want to. Okay, so now that we've shown that, let's watch this. What is this about? Okay, let's stop that. This is January 17th. This brother right here measured out the time diligently. All right, this is a brother. All right, and he put this up. This is RT probably. Is Russia Today? Why is U.S. pushing Russian false flag op in Ukraine? Because they're at war. All right, let's get this real quick. Let's get Matthew. Matthew, what? I spell it wrong? This is Matthew 24 and 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginnings of sorrow. Rumors of wars. Okay, hey, here's a rumor right here. What's this rumor? Russia's planning a false flag. Well, wait a minute. Russia don't do false flags. Babylon does false flag. That's what you're going to hear in this news report, this rumor. That's how Babylon gets down.
Ukraine is making the headlines once again. At home, the country is experiencing some division as the former Ukrainian president, Petro Poroshenko, who was backed by the U.S. in 2014, He returned to Ukraine to face treason charges. Internationally, the country is also a hot topic, with days after meeting with Russian officials, all to diffuse tensions over Ukraine. Well, the U.S. is now accusing Moscow of planning a false flag operation as a pretext to invading Ukraine. RT's Alex Mihailovich picks up the story.
It's a serious accusation with little to back it.
Without getting into too much detail, we do have information that indicates that Russia is already working actively to create a pretext for a potential invasion.
Okay, invasion means war. Okay, my military is going to go invade a country, blah, 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 blah. All right. My point is this: the war is ongoing. We just showed you the nukes. Nuclear weapons in World War III. Period. Period. Not the cover story, not the rumor of a underwater volcano. No. We're already fighting it. Here, what is this? Russia against the beast. All right? The Medes against the beast, just like the scripture says. All right? We're just bringing out the information.
For a move on Ukraine. In fact, we have information that they pre-positioned a group of operatives to conduct what we call a false flag operation, an operation designed to look like an attack on them or their people or Russian-speaking people in Ukraine, again as an excuse to go in.
That's how you get in. What you call, this is a rumor.
U.S. officials claim that Russia has pre-positioned operatives who have been trained in urban warfare to carry out acts of sabotage against pro-Russian rebels using explosives. Not surprisingly, there is skepticism regarding the latest U.S. intel. Journalist Caitlin Johnstone sent out a tweet saying, "So the evidence that NATO powers need to preemptively defend against a Russian invasion of Ukraine is that there are Russian troops in Western Russia and anonymous U.S. officials telling the media that Russia is plotting a false flag. Do I have it right? Is that the evidence?" And Russia's...
Just like, weapons of mass destruction are in Iraq. We have to invade and go over and kill a bunch of people and set up our bases.
Is that the evidence? And Russia's first deputy permanent representative to the United Nations tweeted, "I just wonder, is it the same Russia I have the honor to represent in the UN? If so, then we have no such instructions and no Russian politician spoke about invading Ukraine. Only US, Ukraine, and Western colleagues float this idea. Looks like a classic false flag operation." Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov addressed the claim as well.
Let's not forget about what the American officials said about the subject of the so-called Russian invasion of Ukraine, namely the spreading of complete misinformation about us preparing a false flag operation by attacking Russian-speaking population in Donbass, no less, to obtain an excuse for said invasion.
While Washington is selling the false flag narrative, it seems like some of its allies are buying it. The EU has joined the blame Russia mantra. Parroting the words of Washington, here's the German foreign minister speaking in Kiev.
Und der wirksamste Hebel, den wir haben,
And the most effective lever we have to back Ukraine is the unequivocal and above all unanimous commitment of the EU, the G7, NATO, and any further aggression would have a high price for the Russian regime economically, politically, and strategically. And we mean that very seriously.
Washington and its allies have been quick to flatly reject Moscow's request for security guarantees regarding NATO's enlargement ambitions. Since the end of the Cold War, Russia has watched NATO expand to its borders. As for the false flag claims, the White House statement echoes a release from Ukraine's defense ministry last Friday, which said that Russian special services are preparing provocations against Russian forces in an attempt to frame Ukraine. Some believe the origins of the information are both questionable and convenient, which could lead one to ponder if the accusation of a false flag may in fact be the false flag.
Good enough. All right, so understand that we're at war, and it's going to escalate to the point where you not only will you understand, you will have to flatly admit that that's where we are. All right, so we're just going to continue to do this. Wars and rumors of war. What else do we have here? We're going to let this guy talk. Let me see. We're going to let this guy. Let's start here. Start with Dabu. Here's what's going on.
Help! Somebody help me!
Intercontinentally. Not this. Skip this. See what Dabu has to say.
This is Dabu 7. For some time we've been...
It says the 18th, which is today, Dabu 7-7, January 18th. Make preparations now. Trucker protest en masse. U.S. cross-border trucking mandate begins January 22nd. All right. What's today? Today is the day they flip on the 5G. Okay. So can you see the perfect storm?
On everyone, make preparations, get ready. If you think the supply shortage is bad now, just wait till this trucking conundrum comes full head. And that's exactly what's happening here. You're looking at a row of trucks, and I'm going to play some footage here so you guys can see what's going on here. This is up at the Canadian border.
Protesting the vaccine mandate.
They are lined up, blocking any traffic from going to and fro at the border. This is the truckers trying to make a stand. This is going to affect everybody, though. And for those that don't know, this cross-border vaccine mandate for truckers in and out of Canada is now in effect. The U.S. vaccine mandate takes effect on January 22nd. It's crunch time, ladies and gentlemen. We've warned for a long time to get your supplies up. I'm going to play another video clip here so you can see just how real this is.
The border into Sumas, Washington for the very last time. It's my last visit to the United States. I used to take 2 loads of lumber south and typically 2 loads of steel north out of Seattle. And that contribution to the economy comes to an end today. That's it. I'm done. And I refuse to give in under any circumstances. I'll never comply. If we don't have bodily autonomy, if we don't have control over ourselves, if we don't own our own physical bodies, then we own nothing at all. This is the hill I'm going to die on. I will never back down.
Okay, so what we're looking at is the perfect storm that the Most High is bringing. This is dealing with the famine and the pestilence. What is causing this? The pestilence. All right, the mandate. All right, the mandate is going to shut down trucking. That's going to shut down the distribution of goods, whether it be steel, wood, food. What's going on at the shipping docks, the containers, the whole thing. Okay, we're watching this thing jump off. Let's get this real quick. Ooh. 2 Timothy 3:1. This know also that in the last days, are we in the last days? Perilous time shall come. All right, let's go further. This know also that in the last days perilous time shall come. Here we are. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, Sakari, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce despisers of those that are good. All right, we're seeing all of this. Okay? Perilous times. All right, let's get Let's just go back to Matthew real quick. Yeah. Start here. Matthew 24 and 20. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter. Hey, here we are. Dark winter, baby, right now. Neither on the Sabbath day, for when? Dark winter. Shall be great tribulation. Here we are. Such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. All right? We're here. We are here. Read 7 again. Matthew 24 and 7. For nation shall rise against nation. We're watching that. And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All right, let's watch a little bit more. Let's watch this guy try to explain his way out of California and run to the next state as though it's not going to follow him. All right? Let's see.
Better.
This guy. Listen to what he has to say.
At Aspen Dental, we do anything.
Jeremiah Babe, whatever the hell that is. Listen to Jeremiah.
It's Saturday, January 15, 2022. A lot to talk about today. I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible. There are going to be people out there that, will be more concerned about me walking my dog, the shirt I'm wearing, the tie I'm wearing.
And these are the people that don't want to recognize that the nukes are already dropping. Okay? We're showing you the proof. We're proving all things. All right? But, you're going to explain, well, that's not really what that is. That could be CGI.
I really worry about these people the most. If you're watching this channel and you're more worried about my dog or my dress code, it's too late for you. You're lost. Now, that doesn't mean I don't want you to watch. I do. And maybe some of this, maybe you'll pick up some knowledge watching this channel. Maybe you'll pick up some knowledge reading the comments down below. But to these people who are so concerned about my dog walking abilities, my ties, my shirts, you're going to be in big trouble. You really are. I feel sorry for you. There is so much more to worry about than my appearance or my dog. And you better start getting worried because the news continues. I mean, this stuff literally, it almost seems like it's coming out of an apocalyptic movie.
Duh.
Actually, what's happening right here in California. Another reason why I must get out of this state. And to the people out there who believe that I'm never going to leave, I'm leaving.
As though you can run away from what's coming on the whole world.
I'm talking to real estate agents. We're looking at homes literally daily on the internet. But what you must understand is when you have family here, when you have a business here, you can't just up and leave in a week or 2 weeks. When you have obligations, responsibilities, you have to wrap that stuff up. And as soon as that's done, I'm out of here. I'm gone. The state of California is done. And I want to go back. We touched on this a little bit yesterday. Please check out yesterday's show. Go back to the previous show before yesterday when we were out in Long Beach, down at the terminal, down at the port, watching these massive cargo ships come in, the tankers coming in. You want to talk about losing the trade war? Watch that video. Look at the hundreds of thousands of containers piling up on the 7,000 acres of property down in San Pedro and Long Beach. Look at these massive, massive ships coming in with more cheap products from all over the world, unloading and going back empty. Take a look at what's really happening in your world. Don't worry about my tie. Don't worry about my dog. You better start worrying about what's happening to your country, to your economy, and to your futures. Look, I wish I could do more. I am so worried about the outcome of this economy and where this is all going and how bad this is going to get. You are all watching the same thing I'm watching when you turn on the television now, the grocery stores, seeing shortages. You're going to the grocery store, you're seeing the shortages. I went to a gas station the other day, they were out of gas. Okay, this is what is happening in the real world. My my dog, has nothing to do with what is about to happen. And you know, it blows my mind what people, where their priorities are, what they worry about. And I worry about these people the most because they're the most unprepared. But I want to go back to yesterday. We just touched on the Union Pacific trains that were robbed in LA a couple days ago. And I was watching more videos on this and just looking at the amount of trash that was left on the side of the railroads. Whoever did this, and this had to be a large group of people. And by the way, it's come to my attention today, this is not the first time that these trains were looted. And it's like, where are we today? Is this the Wild West where they're just robbing trains now? But even back then, they didn't just take the trash and just leave it.
He's worried about the trash. Wait until the dead bodies are the trash.
It's just unbelievable when you really have to go and YouTube or Google these videos on what just happened out here in Los Angeles. The amount of trash that was just left on the side of these.
He's talking about the tie and the dog. Like somebody, oh, you're worried about my tie and my... Dude, you're worried about the trash.
Trains was incredible. And you talk about an environmental disaster. Just look at how people are just trashing this state. Garbage all over the freeways, infrastructure crumbling, trash all along the railway after they just robbed these trains, looted these trains, UPS packages, Amazon packages left on the ground. I mean, this obviously didn't just take like 3 minutes to do. It was a multitude of people. They had to have been there quite a while.
All right, good enough. Here's where we are. Okay, so let me go ahead and wrap it up. Let's see. What are we gonna get on the way out of here? Let's get the good news.
All right, so it plugs it in. Perfect. We'll start the car.
I knew that was gonna happen. Get out of there. Okay. Let's just go to Psalm for the men of the Lord and the hopeful elect. Oh, I know what I wanted to get. I wanted to get the name. Let's get the name. Start here. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. How are we going to get through what is coming? This. The name of the Lord, the name Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. Well, how do I go? You got nothing but bad news. How do I get through all of this? Well, right here. I just showed you. Proverbs 18 and 10. The name Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is a strong tower. Okay, a fortress. Look, a fortified tower, a strong fortress, strong tower. What else? The name Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is of great strength. Mighty tower where his people can run for safety. All right? That good enough? Here's the good news. A tower of strength is the name of Yahweh, not Jehovah, Yahweh. Into it the righteous runneth and is set on high. All right, how about that? Let's get some Psalm 91. Start at the top. He that dwelleth in the secret place. Where's the secret place? The name, that strong tower. The scriptures, the truth. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. When I will say of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, he is my refuge and my fortress. Didn't we just read fortress? My power, in him will I trust. Surely he shall deliver me from the snare of the fowler, this devil, the Edomite, and from the noisome pestilence, and from the nuclear missiles. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid of the terror by night, nor the arrow that flieth by day. All right? Them nukes again. This craziness going on out here. Nor for the what? Pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. All right? And we read all the way down here, and this is your refuge. Let's read it. 1,000. He's worried about the trash. He's worried about trash. Talking about people worried about his dog and his tie and what he's wearing. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. All right? Only with thine eyes shall thou behold and see the reward of the wicked, because thou hast made the Lord, which is thy refuge, even the Most High thy habitation, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague, all right, Omega, come nigh thy dwelling. What's going to happen when they turn on that 5G? Are we going to see zombies? We have yet to see. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against the stone. All right? Good enough. All right, so, I mean, we'll end it right there. The crazy shit is here. It's going down. All right? And it's going to get worse exponentially by the day. To where if you're ignoring it, you won't be able to anymore. All right? And here's the way out. All right? One more. Here's what the angels are about to do. This is Ezekiel 9. Start at 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. What's that mark? The name, the strong tower. All right? You got to have the mark to get into that strong tower. All right? And to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay old and young, both maids and little children and women. But, here's where you want to be, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, because you're in the strong tower, and begin at my sanctuary. What is the mark? All right. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem HaKakodash, and this truth, all right? The Edomite is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Never trust your enemy, and so on, all right? Let everything be done in decency and in order, all right? So that's pretty much it. If you don't get that, then get ready for the destruction that is already here, all right? So with that, we hope that the elect were edified, and with that, we're going to say shalom.